4 telltale signs that you are not training hard enough in the gym. Now, one of the main reasons that we're going to the gym is obviously to change our physique, and we do that by getting stronger and building muscle. But the way that most of us are training is just not allowing that to happen, and here's why. Quite simply, your training is ineffective, and you're trying to essentially turn this into a cardio session. And that means that by the end of it, you're looking to feel exhausted, sweaty, like you feel like you've just done something, which is great, but that's not the actual sensation that we're looking for at the end of the workout. We need to change our mindset to training completely in order to get the results that we're actually looking for: building muscle, getting stronger, getting leaner, having a better body composition. So let me dive into those telltale signs. The first one is you want to do more exercises. You want to cram a load of exercises into your session. So at this point, let me quickly tell you what I do. Usually in a session, sometimes I will just do 1 exercise. It's very rarely the case that I'll do more than 3 exercises. And with those 3 exercises, I am focusing on quality. I'm focusing on each rep being as perfect as possible because I want to get stronger at those exercises, and the exercises that I'm choosing, typically compound movements, are really effective exercises for developing my muscle mass and for me getting stronger, and that happens week on week. Now let's contrast that with the person who wants to do loads more exercises. They want to get loads of exercises done and they want to cram them all into an hour, and that means that usually you're having to save yourself for each of the exercises and you're not getting the most out of each of those exercises. So you're just going through the motions, which means that you're not actually going to challenge yourself in a way to get those adaptations that you want: building muscle, getting stronger, optimizing your body composition. So rather than focus on doing loads of exercises in a session, challenge yourself to focus on just doing 1 exercise and really pushing hard with that exercise. That's going to get you to a place where you're really discovering how hard you should be pushing for each exercise in order to get the adaptations that we want. You want to take short rests. Now typically I would prescribe 2 minutes plus for rest. The way that I see it, if you are ready to go after a minute, after 90 seconds on an exercise, you're probably not going heavy enough and you're not challenging yourself. Now, because I strength train and I want to be going heavier and heavier, I usually rest 3 to 5 minutes because the objective is I want to hit my reps, and I want to hit my reps with heavy weight. If you're wanting to take short breaks in between your sets, the way that I see it is you're trying to prioritize just feeling tired, which isn't the way to get stronger and not the way to build muscle. So once again, I want to challenge you. If you're doing a set of an exercise, let's say squats, if you're going to RIR 1 or 2, so 1 to 2 reps left from failure, and you feel like you're ready to go again in 90 seconds, you simply did not get to RIR 1 or 2. You were probably at RIR 5. So once again, that's always a telltale sign because you're not prioritizing going for heavy weights with volume here. You're prioritizing trying to feel exhausted, trying to feel the burn, which doesn't necessarily mean that you are developing your strength and developing your muscle mass. And over the long term, you're going to want to be taking some kind of measures to work hard so that you feel like you need 2 to 3 minutes rest, or even more than that. And that's the most important thing for me, to hit the volume, hit the reps at the right intensity. And so I rest for as long as I can until I'm ready to do that. Now, I've already touched on this loosely, so RIR, reps in reserve, is essentially how many reps from failure are you. If you are at RIR 2, that means you could only have done 2 more reps maximum. If you're at RIR 0, there is no way in hell you could have done another rep. Now, something that I see that's very common is most people are stopping at RIR 5, RIR 6. They've literally got so many more reps left in the tank and they're not training intensely enough with their exercises. So no wonder they, firstly, want to do more exercises, secondly, only want to rest for 90 seconds. You really need to get used to pushing hard. And in order to do that, you need to get to that point where once it starts to feel hard, you're having to slow things down and you're having to really think about the movement, and the movement itself is a lot slower. You can't be moving at the same pace throughout all of these movements. If your first rep and your 10th rep look exactly the same, then you know you didn't train hard enough. You know you need to go get heavier weights, or you need to do more reps. And if you're at 10 reps, you should definitely go get heavier weights. So that's the third telltale sign. Your RIR 2 is more like an RIR 5 or a 6. The final telltale sign, you want to mix things up. This is such an obvious telltale sign because it means that the exercises that you've chosen, you're not even thinking about progressively overloading them, i.e. making sure that they are getting harder week on week, making sure that you are progressing with those exercises week on week. I do the same battery of exercises and have done for at least 3 years now because I've been very focused on strength training. So you will always see deadlifts, you will always see squats, you will always see pull-ups in my program. They're my big 3. And like I said, I just do those repeatedly over time. and I want to get better at those exercises over time. And every session, I'm trying to beat myself from the last session. Now, if you're going into a session and you're bored and you're thinking, oh, I want to mix things up, I want to switch things up, you're not going to make progress. And it means those exercises, those battery of exercises that you're doing, you're not even focused on making those better. You just want to go to the gym to have fun. Now, that's fine. Exercise should be fun. But at the same time, you do want to be actually making progress with the movements that you're doing. You do want to be getting stronger. You do want to be building your muscle mass. You do want to be optimizing your body composition. And the way to do that is to get better at the same exercises over time. Now, that doesn't mean never switch those up. Obviously, at some point, we might want to bring in a deload week. We might want to change the rep scheme. We might want to bring in some accessories to help with those main movements. But if you're in the mentality that week on week, you need to be switching things up to keep things fresh, to shock the muscles, etc., then you're approaching this all wrong and you're not likely to be getting results that you can maintain for the long term. So there you have it, guys. They are 4 telltale signs that I know when my clients are not working hard enough. I know if I was to adopt, I wouldn't be working hard enough. And if any of these resonate with you, then you probably aren't working hard enough in the gym and not getting the results that you deserve. Let me know in the comments if you agree or disagree, and I'll see you in the next video.